Hi everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Lauren, and today I am going to be drawing my July TBR. So if you are new to my TBR videos, how it works is that each month I draw 5 books. I have written all of the books that I'm interested in reading on little strips of paper and folded them up into little origami stars. I have 3 jars up here. The first one, this is my general TBR star jar. This has about 100 little origami stars in it, and it is just sort of, most of it are just like standalone novels. If you would like to know what every title in my TBR star jar is, I will leave a link in the video description box down below to my Goodreads want to read list. So just head over there and check that out if you want to see what all those books are. The medium-sized jar here in the middle, that is my series jar. Every star in this jar is a continuation of a series. And then my third jar up here, this is my golden star jar, and it has all of my most anticipated reads in it. So I generally will draw 2 out of my regular jar, 2 out of my series jar, and 1 out of my golden star jar. The 6th book will be for the Buzzword challenge, which the challenge for July is weather words. So the book that I'll be reading for the Buzzword challenge is called Cold Moon Over Babylon. It is by Michael McDowell, an author who has written a couple books that I've read recently and really enjoyed. He writes in a sort of thriller horror genre fusion, which I really enjoy, and most of his books are set in the deep south and tend to have some sort of like creature or supernatural monster or something in them. They're really a lot of fun. I really like how he writes, so I think that I am going to be reading that for the Buzzword challenge. So I think that is it. Let's just jump right in and draw some books. All right, here we go. First draw. So, got a few stars here. I like to draw stars that have been in here for a while, and I know that this sort of, they're kind of orange with like little white and little blue flowers or something on them. These have been in here a while, so I will draw one of these first. All right, and my first selection is going to be Ubik by Philip K. Dick. I own this one. Let's see here. Where is it? Right here. This is a sci-fi novel, actually a classic sci-fi novel. I think this is kind of maybe like a sci-fi thriller story, and I think it's about a team of anti-psychics who are hired. It says they're hired by corporate clients who want privacy and security from psychic spies, but it sounds like something goes wrong, and the person that is the leader of this team is captured and punished in a way that it says that he's put in a dreamlike state of suspended animation. But like all of his team members start having weird visions of him, which this sounds like it probably gets a little weird, which that sounds great to me. I love books that get a little weird. And there is actually a quote on here by Lev Grossman, who I believe wrote The Magicians, and it says, this is from the stuff of space opera. Dick spins a deeply unsettling existential horror story, a nightmare you'll never be sure you've woken up from. So, I don't know, that sounds pretty fascinating to me. I have actually never read a Philip K. Dick novel, but something about this one, this story idea, this concept really appealed to me, so I am very excited to finally be picking up my first Philip K. Dick novel, Ubik. All right, here we go, drawing number 2. Okay, let's see here. I think of all of these, this kind of pale, like yellow orange has been in here a while, as well as these sort of lavender stars. Let's try one of these lavender stars next. All right, and our second selection is going to be, the back of the turtle. I also own this one. It should be right behind me, right here. The Back of the Turtle by Thomas King. Governor General Literary Awards. This is an award-winning novel in Canada. And this, I believe, is a literary novel. I've had this a while, so I'm actually really excited to finally be picking this one up. This actually follows a man he's a scientist, and it says he abandons his laboratory, returns to his hometown, but like everyone is gone, including the sea turtles. Poisoned by an environmental disaster known as the Ruin. I think this also has some sort of like kind of a magical realism element whipped into it. This man, he ends up wading out into the ocean to, I guess, drown himself, but then he sees a girl in the waves, plunges in to save her, and is sees her and is soon saving others. Who are these people with their long black hair and almond eyes who seem to have fallen from the sky? So that sounds incredibly fascinating to me. And there's something about this cover as well that I don't know, I find this really intriguing, this sort of almost like impressionistic, like painting look to it. I don't know, hopefully if this is half as good as it sounds and it also being an award-winning book, surely I am going to have an enjoyable time reading this. So second pick, The Back of the Turtle. All right, third draw, and my third and fourth draw are both going to be out of my series jar. So here we go. There's no rhyme or reason to the colors of these stars. I just decided to do some multicolored stars. So looks like the most I poured out were orange stars. So let's draw one of those. All right, and my third pick is going to be, oh nice, The Hero of Ages, which is the third book in the Mistborn series. I don't own this one, but now I have an excuse to finally buy it. Mistborn series, if you haven't read it, is a high fantasy series by Brandon Sanderson. And it is, I mean, obviously this is the third book in the series, so I can't go into great detail about it. But what I can say is that Mistborn series has one of the coolest magic systems that I have ever read. The characters are able to ingest various types of metals, and depending on what metal they ingest, they're able to perform certain magical feats. The individuals that are able to ingest all of the metals and perform all of the feats are called the Mistborn. And the story follows a character, a young girl named Ven, who she starts out as sort of a street urchin. She is basically trying to overthrow a government that is very oppressive to the people, and that's sort of the catalyst, I guess, that gets the plot rolling, is her trying to take power and help the people and getting people to join her in doing so. That's a way oversimplification. The series is, I don't know, it's very exciting. It's very creatively conceived of, and it's a very well-loved series. But I am really, really excited to finally close this one out and see how everything ends up. So very excited about my third draw, Hero of Ages. All right, fourth draw, and this is my other selection from my series jar. So here we go. All right, so it looks like I drew a couple of the purple stars, so why don't we grab one of these next? All right, and my fourth pick is going to be, oh nice, Gemina from the Illuminae Files, second book in the Illuminae Files, which I have been hanging on to Gemina for a very long time, and it is down here. Here we go. Here is Gemina. Honestly, since I read the first book, Illuminae, I've kind of forgotten the finer details of what this series is about. I do remember that it is about humans basically trying to escape Earth. I think there's been some sort of major disaster, like corporation-induced disaster, not like a weather disaster or anything like that. Some corporation, I believe, has done something that has caused the people to want to escape. I'll have to read up on that before I start this one, although this is not an exact continuation of the first story. This follows different characters from what I understand, which the first book followed two characters who were in a relationship, but they were on two different ships, and their kind of communication between their ships. These books are told in kind of a mixed media format, so I know that there are interviews and there are transcripts and things like that. There's pictures and things in here, and I'm a really big fan of mixed media storytelling. I think it's a lot of fun. I'm generally not a huge fan of young adult sci-fi, but I don't know, there's something about these books that just really appeal to me. Plus, they're just really super cool looking books. I mean, just look at that naked hardback. That's so awesome. I've had plenty of people tell me too that Gemina is their favorite in the series, so I am very excited to check it out for myself, see how I feel about it, see how it stacks up against Illuminae for me. So fourth draw, Gemina. All right, here we go. Fifth and final draw out of my golden star jar. These are my most anticipated reads. And my fifth and final read is going to be, oh nice, The Escape Room by Megan Golden. Awesome, I own this one. It is right up here. I read one book by Megan Golden, I think a few months ago. I'm forgetting what it's called, but it was about a woman who, it was like the memory loss trope, which you all know is like one of my favorite tropes. A woman who had lost her memory and was trying to figure out what on earth was going on, and it appeared that she had perhaps committed murder or something, but she had no memory of it. It was a really fun ride, and I really liked the way that Megan Golden, her writing style, I really enjoyed it, and just wanted to give another one of her books a shot. This one is about an escape room. I think people that are in an escape room. It follows a group of high power executives who agree to participate in what I'm assuming is some type of team building exercise, which is an escape room in a high-rise building. But it says the lights go off, the doors stay shut, and it quickly becomes clear that this is no ordinary competition. They're caught in a dangerous game of survival. So this sounds like a really fun, thrilling book to me. And I'm also really excited to see what I think of Megan Golden's writing style, like a second book by her. I'm so excited about this though. I feel like this was a really great fifth and final draw. So my final pick is going to be The Escape Room. So I think that is going to be it for me today. Those are all of the books that I will be reading in July. If you have read any of these books, I would love to hear what you thought about them in the comments down below. Also, if there is anything that you're planning on reading in July that you're particularly excited about, I would love to hear about that as well. If you enjoyed this video, I hope that you will like it and possibly subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.